Life is full of struggles and triumphs. At times, we face challenges so overwhelming that we wonder, how will I get through this? But in those moments, we often find that God's help is closer than we think. Today, we'll explore the Bible to see how God has helped His people in their most desperate times. These stories show us that His help is powerful, faithful, and always on time. The Bible tells us in Psalm 46 verse 1, God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. God isn't distant or uninvolved, He's right there with us, ready to step in. But what does His help look like? Let's begin with some incredible stories that reveal His power and love. Picture this: the Israelites have just escaped from slavery in Egypt. But now they're trapped, Pharaoh's army is behind them, and the Red Sea is in front of them. Fear grips their hearts. But Moses tells them, "Do not be afraid. Stand firm, and you will see the deliverance the Lord will bring you today." Then something extraordinary happens. God parts the sea, creating a dry path for them to cross. And when Pharaoh's army follows, the waters crash back, protecting God's people. This moment shows us that God's help can come in impossible situations. He makes a way where there is no way. Now, let's meet a widow in the middle of a drought. She's gathering sticks to cook her last meal for herself and her son. She has nothing left. Then, the prophet Elijah approaches and says, "Bring me some water and bread." She explains her situation, but Elijah reassures her, the jar of flour will not be used up, and the jug of oil will not run dry. She obeys in faith, and just as promised, her supplies last through the entire drought. This story teaches us that God's help often requires us to trust Him, even when it feels risky or uncertain. Imagine being in a boat with Jesus when a violent storm hits. Waves are crashing, and the disciples are terrified. They cry out, "Teacher, don't you care if we drown?" Jesus stands and says, "Peace. Be still." Instantly, the storm calms. The disciples are amazed, asking, "Who is this?" Even the wind and waves obey Him. This story shows us that God's help is greater than any fear or chaos. When life storms overwhelm us, we can trust Him to bring peace. You might wonder, how does God help me today? His help comes in many ways. 1. Through His Word, the Bible guides us with wisdom and promises. 2. Through prayer, when we call on God, He listens and responds. 3. Through people, sometimes, God sends help through others around us. 4. Through inner strength, God gives us courage and peace. Even in tough times His help may not always look how we expect, but it is always perfect and timely. From these stories, we learn 3 key truths. 1. God is always present, even in impossible situations. 2. God's help often requires faith and trust. 3. God's peace is greater than any storm. No matter what you're going through, God's help is available to you. All you need to do is trust Him. Remember, God is your refuge, your strength, and your ever-present help in trouble. When life feels overwhelming, call on Him. He will make a way, give you peace, and guide you through. You are never alone. Final words. My help comes from the Lord, the Maker of heaven and earth. Psalm 121 verse 2.